Welcome to another episode of Beyond Choose Detective Gomez Files. How is everyone doing today? Today in our podcast, we're going to be talking about being rejected. You know, nobody likes that, but it does happen when you ask a girl out, and we're going to talk about that today. So the title of our show today is How Many Times Did You Ask Her Out and Know When to Call It? So basically calling it and moving on.
This is Detective Gomez, everybody. He'll uncover everything that you're hiding. This is Detective Gomez, everybody.
It's not easy. No one likes to get rejected. I don't like to get rejected, but we're going to talk about that today. I'm going to give you 5 examples so you know when to call it and give you some examples of what happens. Okay? So the first one is since a number of times here, someone should ask somebody else before moving on can be dependent on various factors, including the person's responses, your comfort level, and overall context of your interactions. Here are 5 examples. Number 1, direct. No response. If they tell you no, she says if you ask somebody out, they clearly say no. It's often best to respect their decision and not pursue it any farther. Moving on, one clear rejection is a respectful approach. So if they just tell you no, they're not the type, move on, let it go. Number 2, a vague excuse. Example, busy or unavailable. If you ask someone out once or twice and they've given you a non-committal answer like I'm busy without suggesting an alternative, it might be best for you to ask once more and move on if they're still not showing interest. You might want to ask somebody and they might just say I'm busy that weekend, or I'm busy, I'm doing something. So they tell you no, and they don't say, hey, by the way, no today, but why don't you ask me out tomorrow? Let's do something tomorrow. Maybe that works. Okay. If they don't do that, they're not interested. Let it go. Okay. Number 3, positive responses, but scheduling conflicts. Okay. So it says that's number 3. So if someone is genuinely interested, but scheduling conflicts keep getting in the way, it might be worth asking 2 or 3 times before reassessing. So if you ask them once, hey, by the way, you want to do something? No, I can't do something today. I'm busy. Okay. Next day, hey, by the way, you want to do something in a couple of days? Well, I'm still busy. Third time, you're still busy, let it go and move on. But if they're saying like, I'm busy, but I still want to see you, I like you, I want to see you, then, you're still in the picture. But if you're not getting that, it says you got to base a lot on their enthusiasm, and communication will be key factors. Exactly. So if they're saying that they want to see you, but they're just so busy, but they really, really want to see you, then you're still in the mix. If not, then you're out. Number 4 is just mixed signals. If someone seems interested but gives you inconsistent responses, ask 2 or 3 times and then reassess based on their behavior. If they seem hesitant or indifferent, it's best to move on. Okay, so you text somebody, hey, I want to see you, and they don't answer you for 8 hours. Yeah. They got the message. You saw it, they read it. I mean, what else do you need? Okay. If they're not responding to your text message, they're obviously not interested. Maybe you want to take them out to see their favorite movie, and they don't respond to that. They don't want to see you. Maybe you want to take them out to the football game. It's their favorite team. They don't want to go with you, and they're not responding to your text message. They don't want to see it. They're not interested. You gotta let it go. Let's say, like I said, if they seem hesitant or indifferent, it's best to move on. Number 5 says here social circle considerations. If you personally, if you know the person socially, example through work friends, or have a clear answer after 2 or 3 attempts, it might be wise to move on to avoid creating awkwardness in your shared circle. So, for example, got a group of friends. Hey man, I think she's super good looking. You ask her out, she says no. You ask her friend, hey, she interested in me. She says, I don't think she wants to go out with you, Danny. Let it go. Leave it alone. Don't screw it up for everybody, because then nobody wants to hang out with you. Maybe it's something at work. You got a really hot secretary, and like, man, that girl's for me. That girl's for me. And maybe she's not for you. Maybe she's married. Maybe she's got a boyfriend. Maybe she's seeing somebody race. She's not interested. You gotta leave it alone. If she doesn't, give you any signs that you have a chance, you gotta let it go. Just don't want to put yourself in that situation. It says here, in all cases, mutual respect and clear communications are essential. The person isn't reciprocating your interest. It's usually best to focus on your energy elsewhere. So if you're pushing it, and you're not getting anything back, what they're saying is let it go. It's tough. No one likes to get rejected. I don't like to get rejected. So you just don't want to put yourself in a situation where you look awkward and you're like, hey man, you're starting to get kind of weird. You don't want that. So if you're starting to get that and people are telling you things like, hey man, I don't think she's interested. But she's so beautiful. She's so great. She's so good looking. I know, but she's not interested. She's not interested. Okay, because you would know it. There's so many ways now to tell somebody that if they're interested, you would know it. You're going to feel it. And women know that. But if they're not interested in you, I mean, you can't like buy the love. There's no way you can say, hey, by the way, I want to take you here. I mean, you can take them to the Super Bowl. But if they're not interested, they're not going to want to go with you. It doesn't matter. You can see the fanciest restaurant in town. They're not interested in you, no matter how much money you spend. They're going to go. They're not going to have a good time. So just try to remember that, guys. I know it's tough. I've been rejected too a couple of times in my life. I didn't like it. But, you just don't want to put yourself in that situation where everybody's staring at you like, hey, man, why do you keep putting so much pressure on this person to see you? If they're not interested. They're just not interested. There's nothing you can do to change it. It's part of life. All right. And don't, my suggestions, my personal suggestions, don't buy them gifts. Don't give them money. Just don't try to buy the love in any kind of way, because then after that, then you're really doomed, because then after that, they're just taking you for your money. And then you're going to look like a sucker by giving them all these things, and you're not going to get anything else. You may just be in the friend zone for the rest of your life, and that's it. You're in the friend zone with a bunch of gifts. Great. They're going to benefit from it, and what are you going to do? You're going to have a heartbreak at home. So don't do that. All right, so let's go over these 5 examples one more time. The first one is direct no response. Number 2 is vague excuses, like example, busy or unavailable. Number 3 is positive response, but scheduling conflicts. And number 4, mixed signals. And number 5, social circle considerations. Think about that. Okay, you don't want to look awkward. All right. So thank you for being part of Beyond Cheaters, the Detective Gomez Files. And like I said, those are 5 examples of when you exactly of how many times you should ask somebody out and just kind of know when to call it quits. Just call it, let it go. All right. So think about that. All right. We want to thank everybody for being part of the show today. Thanks for watching. If you can help, this can help somebody out there that's constantly getting rejected, send it to them. Because like I said, us guys hate to get rejected, especially when we got a nice car, money, and things like that. We think we can buy everything, but we can't buy love. Just can't do it. All right. So like I said, thanks for being part of our podcast today. And of course, we got to thank our sponsors, Mr. Juan Hernandez. Contact him at 214-900-0000. He's a personal injury attorney here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. He can help you with a slip and fall, car accident, truck accident, motorcycle accident. Contact him. He's helped me, and I know he can help you. All right. And of course, I want to thank Miss Victoria 𝐸𝐸. She's a divorce attorney here in the Dallas area. When you go through a divorce, it's not easy. So get help. Get professional help. Child custody, get professional help. Don't try to do this on your own. Get it from a professional. All right. Contact her today, 214-391-5555. And of course, we want to thank you, of course, for being part of the show today. So we'll see you next time on Beyond Cheaters, the Detective Gomez Files. Adios.
This is Detective Gomez, everybody. He'll uncover everything that you're hiding. This is Detective Gomez, everybody. Watch out, he'll know if you're lying. This is Detective